Hello, in this video, I'm going to explain the linear sorting algorithm that is called counting sort. And this algorithm is already there in the Corman's book, Introduction to Algorithm, third edition. And this is the counting sort algorithm. And this algorithm states that we can sort an array uh, whose numbers are distributed up to a maximum number. So here is an example that we have an array and the maximum number in this array is 5. So we are going to sort this array using the counting sort. So here is an example. This is the array that we want to sort, and we proceed now step by step how counting sort works. So first of all, we need to create an array C. So we create an array C here, and in this array um, we are going to place the indexes of this array depending upon the numbers, the minimum and maximum number we have in this array A. So the minimum number we have is 0 and the maximum number we have is 5. So the indexes of this array are going to begin from 0 to 5. So here we have the array C created as an empty array, and its indexing are starting from 0 to 5. And now we need to add values to this array C, and we are going to add those values by looking at this array A. So what we are going to do is we look at the first index, that is this 0, and then we are going to count that how many times 0 is appearing in this array. So we can see that the index 0 is appearing in this array for 2 times. So we are going to write 2 over here. Now similarly, we are going to see how many times this 1 is appearing in this array. So we can see that 1 is not appearing. So we are going to write 0 here. And then we have 2, this 2, and we can see that 2 is appearing 2 times. So we are going to write 2 here. And then for this index number 3, we can see that the 3 is appearing 3 times. So we are going to write 3 here. Index number 4 is not appearing in this array, so we are going to put a 0 here. And index number 5 is appearing only 1, so we are going to put a 1 here. So basically by doing this, by filling these values, actually what we are doing, we have done this step, the line number 4 and 5 of this algorithm. So by doing this line 4 and 5, in line 2 and 3, we are just creating the arrays C and initializing it with 0 values. And in line 4 and 5, we are uh, counting the number of times each element is appearing in array A. Now we are going to perform the line number 7 and 8 of the algorithm. And to do that, we again need to write this array C. So we created this array, placed this array C again, and now in this step, what we are going to do, we are going to add the consecutive numbers and write their answer here. So we can see that 2 plus 0 is 2. So we write 2 here, and then we have, let's write the existing numbers as well. So suppose we have already this array filled, and we are going to so we added 2 plus 0, and the answer is here 2. And then we are going to add 0 plus 2, and we will place the answer here, which is again 2. And now we are going to add 2 plus 2, and the answer of 2 plus 2 is 4, which is placed here. And then 4 plus 3, and the answer is 7, which is going to be here. And then 7 plus 0. 7 plus 0 is 7, so it's going to be 7 here. And then we have 7 plus 1, 8, so it's going to be 8 here. So by doing this step, actually what we have run in the algorithm, we have executed these lines, the line number 7 and 8 of the algorithm. Now comes the line 10, 11, and 12, and we can see that they are quite complicated. There is a lot of assignments in this, and now I'm going to tell you a simple method of understanding and running this code of the algorithm. So what we need to do is we need to create two arrays. Let's call the array as B. The first array is called the sorted B, and the second array is over output B. Let's call it the output B. So this is the array that actually we want to fill. And the sorted B array is something that will be the sorted array A. So when this output array is filled, it's gonna look like this sorted B. So this is the difference between the two. So let's put the elements in sorted B in a sorted order. So suppose let's put the elements. So I we can see that the smallest one is 0. So we are going to write 0, 0. These two zeros are placed here, and then we have 2 and 2. So these 2 and 2 are placed over here, and then we have these 3, 3, and 3. So this 3, and then we have this 5. So basically this is how this array should look like when the array A is sorted, using those lines that we can see in the algorithm. Now how to proceed? Now if we see one thing in the algorithm, we can see that the line number 10 says that J is moving from the maximum index to the lowest index. So what we need to do is we need to see what value of array A or placed on the index J needs to be picked so that it is placed at the right position in B, right? So this J is just telling us that which value we are currently picking from A so that it is placed at the right position in B. So it is starting from the highest element. So what we can do is let's put over J here on this array, because as we can see from the algorithm, we are starting from the highest index. And so at index 8 we can see there is a 3. So this means that in this output array, the first element that we are going to put is 3. And one thing that we need to know is that in counting sort, whenever an element is placed, it is placed from the highest index towards the lowest index. So we can see that these twos are placed at their positions in the sorted order. So how they are placed? First this 2 is placed, this one, and then this 2 is placed actually. Similarly, the placement of zeros is from the highest index to this lower index. Similarly, the placement of 3 is first at the highest index, and then from the highest index we are going in this direction like this. And similarly we have 5. 5 is alone, so it's placed over here. So this algorithm is actually, these lines are actually doing all the dirty work of placing the elements, and this code is actually what this code is doing this code is picking an element from array A and it is placing it in array B, so that the first element, if we have similar numbers, same numbers in A, the first number will be put in B at the highest index, and the next same number will be put at the second highest index in the same order. So now let's simulate this B. So the first element that we need to select from A is 3, and we know the order of placement. So this means that 3 is going to be placed at this location. So this is where the 3 is gonna placed, because in this array 3 is here, so 3 will be placed over here. Okay, now the 3 is placed. Now we can see the we can move the j to next index. So the next index, let's move the j over here. So it is index number 7, and at index number 7 we have 0. So 0 is gonna be placed over here at the highest possible index, and we are seeing that index from this sorted array. So 0 is gonna be placed over here, and then we can see the next one. We can move the j to the next element. So j is now here, and at this one we have 3 again, and so already the 3 is placed here, so we can see the order is like this. So 3 is gonna placed over here, and then we are here, and at this index we have 2, and we can see from this that 2 is gonna be placed over here. So 2 is here, and then we have next j here, and we have 0 here. So this 0 is going to be placed over here by looking at this direction. So we are going to have this 0 here, and then this 3. So we have, you can see that the direction is like this. So this 3 is going to be placed over here, and then we have this 2, and at this 2 we have 5. So we can see that 5 is going to be placed over here in this reference array, and then we have the last index as 1, and we have 2, and by following this 2 is going to be placed over. Now this thing is over sorted array. So this is how we can uh, uh, understand how the counting sort is working, and how we can place elements in the output array by seeing the algorithm. Thank you very much.